Hi guys, welcome to another beer review. Today we have a bottle of Peroni from, I think, what is the brewery? Is the brewery actually called Peroni as well? This is a beer that I've drank quite a lot of in pubs back in England before I started to really get into like craft beer. It was like that stage where I was sick of drinking like Foster's, Carlsberg, Carling, Stella Artois. I wanted something that had a little bit more flavour, so Peroni would be the beer of choice. And the better half was in Rome recently, and this is pretty much what she was drinking every night, to be honest. So she brought a bottle back with the hopes that I would do a review in a little glass and then she could have the rest of the beer. So I'm okay with that because at least I now know there's a beer out there that I can share and I can share my hobby. So yeah. Anyway, Peroni. I'm not sure if this will be different to the stuff that I've drank, back in England. It probably will be. There'll probably be a little bit more, well, hopefully a lot more quality to it. But I think this is just the basic Peroni. I know you can get different styles, and this beer is clocking in at 4.7%. I do like the logo. I think that is different. It's got like this sort of like classic look to it, and then you've got a quintessentially Italian chap on the logo, who I'm guessing is the person who established it. So it's got that premium look to it. So that's always good. And it's got a nice neck label, and then there is a crown that I will definitely be keeping. So let's get the beer into the glass and see what we get. Nice amount of cannon smoke coming out of there. Using my little tasting Spital glass for this one. Nice amount of carbonation there. So I won't pour it all in straight away so I can get my nose into this glass. But yeah, it's what you expect from a lager like this. I think it's like a quintessential European lager in style. Nice amount of bubbles there, very active. They went up to that head, which dissipated pretty damn quickly. But yeah, nice golden colour, nice clarity to it. It's got a little bit more depth than some of your other Euro lagers, I suppose. So it looks nice. So let's see what we get on the aroma and see if we can generate some head first. No, it doesn't want to do it in this glass. Well, it's a lot more fruity than I was expecting it to be. You get that like sort of lemony sort of aroma from it. Maybe a little bit of blood honey in there as well. Almost getting like a slight berry note also. And then you get a nice, subtle, slightly savoury malt right in the background. Yeah, it smells really quite nice actually. It actually reminds me of Iron Brew right now. It looks a bit more paler on camera. But yeah, it's got this really nice sweetness to it. So we'll give it a taste and then I'll top myself up. Cheers, or whatever cheers is in Italian. I definitely get a hop characteristic though. You get actually really nice hop bitterness on the back end. You do get those malts as well, right in the forefront. That sort of like wheaty, sort of like grassy sort of malt note. Getting a hint of spice there as well. Body is relatively thin. It's not the most carbonated of beers, but that works really, really nicely. Leaves you with maybe an ever so slight dry finish on the back end as well, so you want to go in for another swig. And I can imagine, it's coming towards like the end of summer, early autumn. You're in the middle of Rome. It's absolutely boiling even at night, and you just want something light, crisp and refreshing just to see you through. And you know what? I know some of my fellow beer tubers will say, oh, but it's only a Peroni. But this is actually a lot better. Let me just quickly give the rest of the beer to you. It's actually got a lot more character than your other, you know, macro lagers and pilsners. It's got that slight zesty, hoppy pilsner quality to it. So I think it is leaning more towards pilsner. But yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah, it's just got a little bit more character to it than what you would expect from a beer like this. And it tastes a hell of a lot better than what I remember it tasting back in the day. So that would lead me to believe that this is either just a different beer from the brewery, or the stuff that gets exported to the UK or maybe contract brewed within the UK. I'm not sure about the logistics of it. Just isn't the same stuff. And it's obviously tailored to, you know, a different palate. But yeah, I'm really quite impressed with that, actually. That is a really nice, solid lager. And it stands up to some of the Helles beers that I've tried here in Germany as well. And of course, Pilsners. But yeah, perfect summer drink. You know, it's... when it's a little bit more chilled, this isn't really chilled at all. And it's still a really pleasant beer. You know, even some of the best Helles and lagers, when they're not chilled, they don't really taste all that great, but this actually still has that character at room temperature. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that, actually. And yeah, can't really fault it too much in terms of a rating. Definitely going to give it an 8 out of 10. I've tried much worse from beers on this scale, and that's what I'm comparing it to. But yeah, not a bad little brew at all. And I'd be interested to know if you guys could let me know back in the UK if Peroni we get in the UK is massively different to the stuff that you would get in Italy itself. But yeah, macro lagers, doesn't matter if it's macro, micro, doesn't matter if it's owned by a conglomerate or if it's just a guy in a little shed in the back garden who brews beers. I'll try beers of all sorts. And even if I like some of the macros, I don't care, because good beer is good beer, and this is a good beer. And yeah, you can take my craft card, but you can't take my palate. It sounded much more meaningful and menacing in my head, but anyway. So yeah, that was Peroni, 8 out of 10, and definitely one that I would try in future. And if I was in Rome and I couldn't really get my hands on any craft beer, then I would happily, you know, sit on my balcony overlooking the city and sinking down a few of those, because it's that light ABV, very drinkable, very sessionable, and yeah, not bad at all. So if you tried this beer, then let me know your thoughts and opinions, and yeah, hope you all join me for the next beer review. See you guys later, and cheers.